Okay, we want to welcome you to the Illinois press conference today. Just a few announcements before we get started. As a courtesy to your fellow media members and team participants, please silence your cell phones. Please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conferences. If you're joining on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions, and we will address the questions in the room first, then go to the Zoom calls. And finally, recording the press conference on cell phones or cameras is prohibitive. We welcome the Fighting Illini. They are 17-15 and defeated Missouri State, Stony Brook, and Tulsa earlier in the WBIT. We are here with Coach Shauna Green and student athletes Kendall Bostic and Adalia McKenzie. And we're going to start off with an opening statement from Coach. Then we'll go to some questions for the student athletes and keep it going. So anyway, Coach, opening statement, please.
No, we're super excited to be playing in this tournament and making the Final Four. And like I told these guys, to be playing April 1st. Not many teams in the country are still playing in April. So this is, as we're building this program, and obviously this is year 2 for us, and last year and our first year of making the NCAA tournament, and now being able to play in back-to-back postseasons for Illinois, the first time we've done that since 2007, 2008. It's a really big step for us in the broad picture of the program, but more importantly for this team and for continuing to get the opportunity to play basketball and play the game we love. And for this team, we kind of peaked, in February and started playing really good basketball, really connected in our late games. We beat Indiana, beat Nebraska, and some of those later games, and then obviously these 3 really good teams in the WBIT, and having to go on the road and play a really good Tulsa team in the tournament. So for me as a coach to see them, and gaining the confidence and playing at an elite level right now, is just really fun, and I don't think we want to stop. So we want to continue to play, and our goal is to go 1-0 every day. And we're super excited about this tournament. I love how the WBIT now is ran and how it's treated like an event, and how we're in Indy, at Hinkle. What a great experience for our student athletes to be able to come and play against some of the top teams in the country at this historic basketball venue. So can't wait to play tomorrow, and excited to be here.
Okay, we'll open up the floor for questions for the players.
Coach Green talked about it a little bit, but just the opportunity to still be playing in April. Not obviously there's the Elite Eight and then the 4 teams left here. Just what does this opportunity mean to you guys to still be playing this late in the year?
Okay, let's start with Adalia and move down to Kendall after that.
Yeah, this opportunity means a lot. It means everything. Not every team is still playing, so just have another day to just say, like, we have another opportunity to just win a game, play the game that we love. It means a lot.
I think it's pretty special, especially for a lot of our younger guys who don't have as much as postseason experience. And I think this will really help us in the later years because obviously we want to be in the NCAA tournament like we were last year. So I think, being able to be here in the Final Four is really going to be helpful for, just to get that postseason experience against these top caliber teams for a lot of our younger guys and for us.
Starting off with Dow, we saw the injury against Tulsa. You go down, get checked out, and you immediately check back in, I guess. What was kind of going through your head during that whole sequence? And then KB, I guess, what did it mean to see her kind of bounce back so quickly after that?
Yeah, I just wanted to get cleaned up and patched up so I get back to the game, I love playing with the team, and I was like, I want to finish this off, But I was happy that I was able to, get it together and get back in the game.
Yeah, I was really hoping she would come back in. She was a crucial part of that game, holding one of their best players to, pretty low points. So, but having her come back was huge. I did not think she would come back with as much, blood as there was. So I was really happy to see her and see her, continue to fight that whole game.
I have a question for the players. What's it been like having this extra time together and know that you're building something for the future? And how has that been, especially the fact that you're not playing teams from the Big Ten maybe except in the finals. But you know what conference season is like. You know, everybody knows everybody. But what has this experience been like for you guys?
Yeah, it's a blessing, to still be able to be together and play together. And like I said, like we're really grateful and, we love each other. And, the Big Ten definitely prepared us, for moments like these. We play the best teams, every day. So it's an honor, being a Big Ten. And I just feel really prepared, just being here and how far we've gotten in the tournament so far.
Yeah, I think it's, the Big Ten has really prepared us. You see a lot in the Big Ten. It's not a conference where a lot of the teams are similar. So I think, being able to play a Maryland one night and then going to play, Nebraska the next night, just that really helping. And then just, playing a lot of these different teams, it also helps us just be able to see what we need to work on for next season, knowing where, our strengths are, weaknesses are. And I think that'll help us make an even deeper run next year and just, compete a little higher in the Big Ten.
I mean, obviously playing basketball in April is great. As a team, do you all talk about, this being the inaugural WBIT and, kind of something that's so unique in terms of being potentially the first champion of a new event? Is that something that's discussed at all as a team?
Yeah, we talk about making history. That's something that we talk about and, just seeing it as an opportunity to just do something new. And, again, we just see it as an opportunity to play postseason, whether it's NCAA or now it's WBIT. And it's just a really good opportunity for us.
Yeah, I agree with Dal. Just kind of being able to play in the postseason is pretty special, but, also having, to have the possibility to be the first champion of this tournament, I think is pretty special for all of us. But, you can't get there without going, 1-0 in this next game. So.
And then, Kendall, for you, just, being from Kokomo, how big of a group do you expect to have here, and how special is it to have a pseudo home game here down the stretch?
Yeah, my parents were pretty excited because they actually traveled to Tulsa, which was like 9 hours. So they are still married. They drove. But, yeah, so they were pretty excited just to be able to have it be like 50 minutes away. And, a lot of my family's coming. I have some, school friends, school teachers that are coming. So right now I think it's at like 15 to 20. So I'm kind of excited to have everybody here.
Okay, we're going to go to a couple of Zoom calls right now.
For either one of the players, just what allowed you to kind of regroup after coming off of the Big Ten tournament, knowing you maybe weren't going to go to the NCAA, but what allowed you to kind of regroup and be able to go on a run here in the WBIT?
Yeah, I would just say having a few days to just regroup and take time to recover and just think. And we didn't want our season to be done, so Coach talked about whatever opportunity we get, we're going to take it, and thankfully that we are here, and it's a really good thing.
Yeah, I think we were just able to kind of assess everything, and we had been playing really good basketball, since like that Indiana game, and then we beat Nebraska. So we were coming off a lot of strong basketball, and we were just excited for any postseason opportunity we could get. So yeah.
Okay, another Zoom call. Last question for the players.
Hi, Mike Merritt from Associated Press. I'm curious on two things here. First, where have you seen this team really develop as opposed to last year with the short NCAA tournament experience, the longer experience that you've had postseason this year? And also, what's it been for you two to be part of this explosion of women's college basketball on the national scene?
I would say that we've gotten better with, our mentality and, giving our best every single game. In a tournament, like, you have to be your best. And, we have a lot of vets on the team, so it's just all about being mature and, taking every moment and taking it with grace and cherishing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a lot of development from last year. I just think the confidence as a group and being able to handle like ebbs and flows of a game, I think we struggled with that at the beginning, kind of the middle of the season, but I really think we kind of like snapped out of it, picked it up. We learned from everything. So I think, even the one game we played last postseason, I think was crucial to us to put, us in a tough situation in a postseason run. So being able to have that and take everything from that, then also be here and win 3 games in another postseason tournament is pretty special. But just, being able to be a women's basketball player in, today's day and age is pretty cool. Just seeing the game grow as you're playing it and, being a reason it's growing, having little kids look up to you and all that stuff, it's pretty special to all of us. And, we have a lot of kids that come to our games. We have the school day where all the schools come to. So it's pretty special for us just to kind of see that develop, and especially at Illinois, seeing women's basketball grow.
Okay, we'll finish up with the players. Ladies, thank you very much. And then we'll take some questions now for Coach Green.
You're the only team left that had to play a road game before getting to this point. I guess how does that prepare you, or at least how much does that help you moving forward in this event?
I mean, obviously, I think it was good for us. We played our 2 home games, and then we had to go to Tulsa and play there, which, against Tulsa's a really, really good team. Against 5 out, like KB was talking about, we don't see a lot of that in the Big Ten. We see a lot, but we don't see really a 5 out, all guards system, and we play 2 bigs. So that was really, in a tough environment. They had a great crowd. So I think that in and itself just prepares us to now come on the road here, where everyone else was at home the whole time, and now has to go play a road game, in the first time in probably a while, dating back to their conference tournament.
I know there's a decent Illinois contingent at that Tulsa game. I guess, what does it mean to have that kind of fan support even when you're not playing at your home arena?
I mean, it's huge, and as we talk about the women's game growing, and, whether it's our home attendance at Illinois, has exploded, in our first 2 years there. And then in the Big Ten, especially every road game, either it's sold out, it's 10,000. It's just unbelievable for the game, and it's what it should be. The game has deserved this for a long time, and now the spotlight's on it, and the players are rising to the occasion. We have great basketball, we have great players, we have great coaches. It's just awesome time to be involved in women's basketball. And I think coming here to Hinkle, for us it's nice because it's only a couple hours away. So I think we'll have a really good following and good support system that'll be traveling over here. So we're excited about that.
You guys obviously played at Hinkle last year. How much do you think that serves as an advantage this time around, even if against a different opponent?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to use it as a coach, right? So I told them right away, this is great. We're already used to this place. We've won here. We played here last year, and it's an easy trip for us. So, I think it gives you a little bit more comfort, but it's still the game, and it's not going to be a deciding factor.
Okay, let's go back for a Zoom call. Joe, if you'd identify yourself and who you're with as well.
Sure. Joe Vazzelli from the Champaign News Gazette. Shauna, just, I guess, to be able to, match maybe your longest winning streak of this season, you have 3 games. What's maybe been the key to put things together like you have and play your best basketball in this tournament?
This group, obviously we returned a lot from last season, and but expectations were different, and our schedule was harder non-conference. We lost some tight games, dealt with some adversity, had some injuries, all that stuff. And then you go into Big Ten play, and we win some really great games, and we lose some. But this team has stayed together. They've continued to stay the course, to believe, to be resilient. And I've really just tried to approach it every game, whatever, win, lose, whatever. What can we learn from this? And then how do we get better the next day? And it's just day by day, process driven. You can't really worry too much about the past, and you can't, think about the future too much. So we've tried to stay present, learn, and how can we, go 1-0 that day? And this team has done that. And then as you start winning some games and your confidence grows, confidence is a powerful thing. And the same thing in this tournament. It reminded me, actually, this tournament reminded me of when I was at Dayton as an assistant and we made the Elite Eight. And I remember in a game, a particular timeout, like looking at our players' faces and looking in their eyes, and like they just had such confidence about them. And I knew we were gonna, win that game, that got us to the Sweet 16. And I see that in our players' eyes right now. I look at them and they have so much confidence and belief and poise. So this tournament, no matter what happens tomorrow, this tournament has provided so much for us as we're building and going forward into next year. So many lessons, and I just really, I think it's just going to propel us and springboard us into next season.
Talked about Dow's injury last game. I don't even know if she sat back down on the bench when she got back from being looked at the trainers. Just what does it mean to have someone like that who just, despite their injury, just doesn't want to sit?
It's what I want this program to be built on. It's toughness. It's toughness. It's grit. It's kind of just that dirty work. I mean, she literally goes up for a layup, gets nailed. We have a picture of her shooting the layup, on the other hand going like this, and then blood running down her face. And she made the layup. That's focus. That's great. She made the layup. She ran down. And she's still blood's everywhere. Finally, they get her out, and our trainer was MVP of that game because she got her all whatever, butterfly, whatever they do, and she was ready in about 2 minutes. And she comes walking. She didn't sit down. She just walked right back up to me, and she said, "I'm ready." I went, "Are you good?" She went, "I'm good." I went, "Can you guard number 2 still?" And she went, "Yes, I got you, coach." And she went right back in the game and continued to lock the best player up. So that right there, that makes a coach really, really happy and proud, because that's what I want our program to be about, just toughness and the love and the passion, and, nothing's going to stop us.
From a statistical standpoint, it looks like it's pretty two evenly matched teams. But what are some things about Washington State that stand out to you, or what are some points of emphasis for you tomorrow for the game?
Yeah, they got good guards, they got bigs. I think it's a better matchup for us in terms of just they play 2 bigs and we do, as opposed to a couple of other games. We have to be really good in our ball screen coverage, because they ball screen the heck out of you. We got to be really, really sharp in that. And then we got to really defend the 3-point line and get out on those players. Our defensive philosophy is we want to really keep people in front of us and force contested shots. And they live by getting in the paint and spraying it out for catch and shoot threes. I think Tulsa prepared us for that in terms of keeping people in front, win those 2 dribble wars so they can't get spray out threes. You can't give these guys just open looks, or they'll make you pay. And then always for us, and especially these guys, hold them to one and done. We got to do a great job on the boards and not give them extra possessions.
Last question, Coach. Could you talk a little bit about the surge in television coverage, national TV that has happened here with women's basketball over the past couple of years, and even the opportunity to play in this tournament and have 2 games right before maybe some of the regionals? What do you think that's done for your sport, and what are your thoughts on this added coverage that you're seeing on a daily basis here?
Like I said earlier, it's absolutely amazing, and these players, they're fortunate. They're part of this, right? They're a part of this this time where there's so many eyes and spotlights and coverage on our game, and it's a great game. And I think once people watch the game, they understand, the level of play that we have. And I mean, players just continue to get better and better and more athletic, and it's amazing. And we've been all doing this a long time. To see this now is just, I'm just so happy for our players that they get to live it and they get to experience it. A lot of us didn't have this coverage, and for us, in our conference, we get great exposure. We have Big Ten, obviously, network, and now playing in this tournament to get 2 more games on TV and to get our program and our our culture out there to everyone. It's an amazing opportunity. And I'm just so happy that all of our women right now are getting to experience this time.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, and we will see you again here tomorrow.
Thank you.